You are on the FAFO podcast with Joe Torre, and I have a guest today. Ms. Hawkins is going to talk to us about some secrets she knows about credit restoration. She's definitely looking for some real estate agents to do a joint venture with, because obviously you guys have people that don't always have approval for when getting a home, so she could help them fix their credit, right? So let's talk about it. Tell us a little bit about your past, your history, your story, or how you got into it.
So I've had experience with credit repair and funding for probably about like 3 years now. I was a nurse for 10 years, worked through COVID, everything. And I kind of realized once these corporations don't care about you, it's easier to go into business for yourself. So that's when I kind of discovered credit restoration. I actually injured my back, and during that time, I kind of repaired my credit and just like took off.
Okay. So so would you say how long you been doing it for right now?
Now it's been probably since I've been working on my own. So I personally restored my own credit and like my friend's credit. I started like that. It's been probably 5 years since I've been in business, probably 3.
Okay. And so basically you have testimonials of people that have you ever helped. Like you personally, where were you at? And then, do you mind saying where you're at now?
Oh, so me, yeah. So personally, me, I had a car note I couldn't pay. About a 550 credit score when I started, maybe 57 hard inquiries on my credit report, collections, all of the
Yeah.
above. Basically, like anything you can think of. I was not in a good place, and I was actually thinking about filing bankruptcy. I just didn't know where to go. And luckily, like I actually had found somebody who did credit themselves. And once I learned how to do it, I was able to fix my own credit myself and be able to fix others too.
Yeah, I like that. Well, one thing, tell me in your experience, have you seen like people that are going through divorce are usually those are people that their credit just goes crushes because
Yes. So yeah, both ways. Like sometimes people stop paying bills, right? And because both of you guys are on the mortgage or the credit card, bank accounts together, once somebody stops paying bills, everybody's credit kind of crashes. I'm actually helping out somebody right now who's going through a divorce. And so exactly, they're selling their house. They kind of have a bunch of collections on there. So it's just a matter of getting the collections off. As opposed, like for the both of you guys, each person has to do it individually. So just because it's removed from one person's credit does not mean it's removed from the other person.
Yeah, what's crazy too. I once did a marketing ad for people. I forgot what business. I think it was health and wellness business, but she was trying to recruit people for that business, and we did a thing called "Till Debt Do Us Part." Basically, yes. We did a lot of statistics on it, and we basically talked about it. So I'm familiar with it. So, like, give us in your for what I wanted to create this pod. Give us 3 top things that people can do on their own, right, to kind of help them, but then why they should work with you because you could probably get it done faster. I'm assuming. So you give me some words. Give me some secrets.
Okay, top things people should do on time as far as their credit. Number 1, absolutely pay your credit cards on time. Your payment history is 30% of your credit score, so just one late payment can actually drop your credit score about 100 points.
Right.
Next thing, always keep a variety of credit. You want revolving accounts, you want good primary accounts.
So you're saying people should have more than one credit card?
Definitely.
Okay, I like
definitely that. Not more and then more than one account
of credit
reporting.
line.
Not only credit cards, you want mortgages, you want car payments, you want a variety of things. And if you don't necessarily have those, there's other ways we can report those trade lines onto your credit as well.
I got you. And one thing I was thinking about, so definitely want to have some revolving credit lines because that's to show your payment history. So no, I don't suggest this, but one of the things I used to teach, because I used to do a lot of seminars and we talked about finances and money, which is part of business owners' biggest challenge is cash flow analysis, basically making sure they have enough cash flow, and then they put a lot of stuff in their credit, and then if the business goes under, personally, then it takes their business or take them with them, right? And one of the things I remember is, here's what I know, and I don't suggest it, but it's if you're in a bind and you can't pay your stuff on the day of, you have to pay it within what, 29 days or less.
Yes,
Or a month, you
exactly. And
got
not a
30
lot of
days.
people know that. And it's
Right.
so it's not if even if you can't pay your payment that day, pay it it's not reported as a late payment until 30 days after that due
Right.
date,
So if you
right?
pay it the
So
29th day, you're good. But people just say,
yes,
"Oh, I can't pay it," so
forget
you
it.
just say, "Screw it," and then it just
Yes.
builds up, and now you're getting 30 days, 60 day, 90 day, whatever those late fees, and that would hurt your credit.
Yes. And even if you do pay the late fee plus the minimum payment, like, yes, you're out that money, but your credit is still intact. Like, I have, and even as far as like debt consolidation, too, you know, like a lot of people, debt stoppers, there's a lot of lawyers out there that say they can settle your debt when really all they do is report charge offs to your account. You know, you pay them monthly and they kind of just have you stop paying on your accounts and they go into charge offs. Everyone thinks it's saving them and it's actually postponing their debt even more. Anytime you should never not stop paying on your accounts.
Right. Okay, that sounds good. Well, I like that. But now give us I think we talked about two. So you said one thing for sure is make sure you pay the stuff on, even if it's late, but at least pay it, because if not, that
Yes.
builds up. Is there anything they can do to kind of start to help rebuild it? Like say they're far behind now. They've already passed
Well, they
60
can,
days.
yeah, they can call. You can always schedule a consultation for me. I can make it easy for you, right? Just a simple consultation.
Charge for the consultation, or you do it free?
The consultation is free, always,
Okay.
always free. So even if you want advice, anything, we can kind of get on a call. I can look at your scores and I can kind of tell you how to where to go from there. A lot of people want to know, you know, like exactly the process they should take, but honestly, like it's individualized. So you
Yeah.
kind of have to look at the credit profile
There's not
itself.
like there's not like a general way of looking at credit when it, because it depends on you, what your
You
credit
and the
score is.
accounts you have reporting on your exactly, and the accounts you have reporting on your report.
Do you think Credit Karma is a good thing, or you think that's a waste of time?
No, no. And I actually, like when you work with me, I actually have a lot of better credit monitoring systems that can report all three credit bureaus because there's actually, yeah, credit report, excuse me. Credit Karma only does TransUnion and Equifax. So you're
Yeah, that is
actually
true.
missing Experian altogether, which all of my clients actually get all three credit bureau, they're scored through all three credit bureaus.
What credit score would you say that score and lower is when they should probably really seriously look at maybe doing some credit restoration?
I think that anything under, I mean, a 700, you should look at credit restoration. In terms of like borrowing money and loans, the better your credit score, the better, like better payments, lower payments you're going to get on your loans and lower interest rates. So it's literally a matter of like tens of thousands of dollars you can save by just fixing your credit score before you go to borrow money.
I got you. Okay, because you get the high interest loans is if you try to do it without fixing the credit first, right?
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yes.
like
Yes.
anybody can get a car right now, but if you don't have your credit fixed, they'll give it to you, but you're paying like 28%, 29% interest. That's worse than the mob
That's
at the end
double.
of the
That's
day.
double the price you're paying for. Yeah,
The
exactly. You're
car.
paying for the car. Yes,
The car's 10,000, but with the interest alone, you're paying for like paying that car 18 grand, 19 grand.
exactly.
That's insane. Like, but people do it because they're desperate and they don't know
You're
that.
desperate, and that's why like everybody's like, when should I get my credit together? It's like have your credit in place so then when you need to do something, you can. You know,
Yeah,
if an emergency pops up, I've had people whose car's broken down, who've needed to move out of their house and
right.
have just had to kind of on the fly take on mortgages and everything that later on they won't be able to afford. So it's just all about kind of being
Yeah.
prepared.
And what would you say? Like, so then, what was the score again? So people don't forget this. If you have a credit score of this or lower, you should definitely start working on it, or you think it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, I think if you have a credit score of 690 or lower, you need to start working on it.
Really? So you think you have to be at 700 or higher just to be legit?
Well, to borrow money, yeah, like I
Or
mean
to
a
borrow money at the
680
lowest rate?
to get the
That's what it
lowest
comes
rate. I
down.
mean, you can get a house at a 580, but are you
Right.
going to get like how much are you going to pay for that house? You're going to pay almost $100,000 more in over 30 years.
So like, what would you? I know this has nothing to do with credit, but it kind of does. Let's say you're in debt like 50 grand, right? And basically, you have equity in your house of let's say 100. Would it make sense to take 50 out of the equity so that you can pay that off because then you pay out lower interest on the house versus the actual credit, right? Or the credit card
Yeah.
that you
So I
open.
mean, and even like the negative, like let's say in terms of collection accounts, even repos, eviction stuff like that, we can remove that from your credit report in order to get you better interest rates for that HELOC for to borrow the equity on your home.
Right, right, right.
Um, so
That's
we can
good.
actually, I mean, some of that debt can actually possibly get deleted through law
So I'm
when
thinking
using.
what I'm getting from you is just having this conversation is that you have so your law mainly is, I like that you said unless you're 700 or higher, you need to start working on it for savings alone. But your overall message is basically you're doing this not just so you can get into certain places. Some people are so bad they can't even get a home, a car, right? But car maybe you probably anybody get a car. But my point is this is that you want to do this to save money. That's your moral. That's your whole message. Is basically get
Yes.
credit at the highest you can so you can save money throughout your life because you're going to need
Well, so you
credit to
can
borrow
save
money.
money, and then not only that, like you can fulfill your dream. Like credit can open up so many opportunities to people if you just have the right, if you have it in place when you go to borrow. And we're talking about like business credit alone. You can borrow up to $300,000, $1 million.
Now
Some
that's something
people,
that I'm definitely interested in. I was working on that before.
yeah,
It was building business credit.
yes.
And I was telling people if you have an EIN number or an LLC, you can automatically start getting credit from like Uline. You get credit
Yes,
from
and that's the first steps. A lot of people, exactly. You get your account set up.
okay, and then once you have that, then you can start building it up. And 100 is the actual top score for business, right? 100.
Yes, yes.
You want to go 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Got it.
Well,
So
and then too, and I was actually just talking with my friend about this today, but the thing is not a lot of people can get business funding that's not personally guaranteed. So that's a matter of having your credit score in place too, because you need a good credit score in order to guarantee the
anyway,
lending for your business.
well, that's good. I want to work on that. So me and you will definitely have a conversation
Yes,
off the top.
definitely.
I want to learn as much as I can about business credit. I would think I would love to do classes on that, or maybe work together with you, and maybe do a seminar about that.
Oh,
Because
definitely. Definitely. Yeah, and I did get tickets to your event on the 26th.
yeah, I'm
So,
excited to have you there. There's going to
yes.
be so many entrepreneurs in the building, and we're going to be talking about some great topics. Maybe that's something that I'm going to definitely mention is about the importance of getting an EIN, also getting an LLC. It's not just for tax purposes and all the other things and building credit. It's to protect you in case you're ever in a lawsuit or something like that.
Exactly.
You get sued, your personal assets are protected as long as you have
Yes.
an LLC that protects you.
Yes.
Yeah, and I believe you teach all this, right?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. We actually, I mean, yeah, we actually have calls twice a week. I'm actually going to get on one right after this, but yeah, so
Perfect.
we're meeting twice a week and teaching plenty of people. I
In
actually just,
Chicago, right?
yeah, Southside.
Where do you guys have your meetings?
So it's all over Zoom.
Oh,
Everything's
okay,
kind
so
of over. Yeah.
got it. Everything's in
Yeah, we're
perfect.
and then we do like meetings right now. They're kind of just in different places right now. We don't have kind of like a steady venue to go to yet.
I got you. Yeah. Hey, look, I do events.
But
So
but it's all in the making. It's
at
all
the
in
end of
the
the
making.
day, you don't need office space anymore. You really just need a
Not at
home.
all.
You need a place to meet someone and talk on the phone. You can do everything through Zoom, so you don't even have to meet people if you really don't want to.
Right. And it's great. And sometimes you don't even have to show up face to face. Yeah, sometimes.
But no, but here's what I learned in business: if you want to like really build a core of good people to network with, work with, you do have to have face to face at some point.
Yes,
That's why I host events.
definitely.
At least eventually, I'll meet people personally. We can have conversations and mastermind about certain things and see how we can work together to make some more money and
Yeah.
obviously build a brand in Chicago. So one of the things the last thing I'll say then is there one last thing you can tell everybody. This is something that it's like your pet peeve. It drives you nuts that you think, why don't people know about X? What would that be?
My biggest pet peeve.
When it comes to credit, you get mad.
Um, yeah, like don't trust people just because they say they have a degree. A lot of lawyers, bankruptcy lawyers, a lot of debt consolidation lawyers can say that they can help you, and really they're just, they're
So
liars.
you
Yeah.
wait a minute, lawyers that lie? No.
Yeah, right, exactly. And you think that it's going to help, and it actually just bankruptcy and debt consolidation just put you in bigger holes a lot of the times that you don't need to
Right
be in.
now, I have a friend going through divorce, and let me just tell you, she tells me that the lawyers are the biggest thieves. They're taking all her money and not getting the results she wants. At the end of the day, yeah, if you can avoid that, because the lawyer doesn't care.
At all.
Here's a
Yeah.
here's a great way to end the pod, because some people don't know when you're in business. Sometimes you get sued. When you have assets, you got money, and people see it. They try to find a way to get money out of you, right? So I remember the last business I was partners with, this guy, and we're talking about this when I'm in my late 20s, sued him, went to lawyers. We ended up spending like 50K in legal fees. And then at the end, you know what they tell me? Well, you know what? We could just file for bankruptcy.
Oh
Well,
yeah, yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. And then, but what they don't tell you is that bankruptcy is going to take 7 years to come off of your credit report.
right,
So not,
right.
yeah,
Well, here's what I said to him, like, so you're telling me we went through all this, spent all this money, and at the end, you're telling me to file bankruptcy when I could have done that from the beginning.
yes,
So what did you really
exactly.
done for me?
But and then some people don't even need to file bankruptcy because there's
Right.
errors on their report that the debt can be just removed.
I'm like I said, I'm glad I did it because my credit started building probably before the 7 years, but basically I was rebuilt it up eventually. But if I would have done the basically the bankruptcy, I'd be waiting 7. I think I started building it back up after like 2. But like
Yeah,
if I would have had someone like you to tell me here, I could have do this to get it done faster. So I love
yeah,
that.
exactly,
You could help people
exactly. And I'm always here to
credit.
help. I'm always here to help, Joe.
You are here to help with personal credit, but you also can help people learn how to build business credit. I love it.
Business credit, but it all starts with personal. So even if like if you haven't like like a dream and your credit isn't in place, we can still set you up for business credit
Perfect.
eventually. We just have to start. It just takes a little bit longer.
All right, well, give them your phone number or give them some contact info so they can call you.
So you can find me mostly on Facebook, Mary Hawking,
Yeah, I was
MaryHawking.
gonna tell you, since you have a Zoom that it says iPhone on your under your name.
Oh, it does. Oh, I must
You
not
can
be
change
logged in. It must not be logged into my. Oh.
that. Yeah. But you said your name, so everyone will remember it. And I'm gonna post it everywhere. Like I said, when I'm done, I'm gonna edit.
Yeah, and so that's the best way that they can follow me, and then all my contact information is right there.
Okay, yeah, and I actually in the Facebook post and everywhere I post on social, I posted your kind of like your business card, so people can have the phone number, the website, and whatnot. But hey, she will also be attending July 26th at our event, Standing on Business. So you guys want to learn directly from her, be there and ask her
Yes,
questions because she will be in the house. Obviously, I will be asking you some questions when I meet you as well.
definitely,
That, I
definitely.
mean,
I love to help. Swear.
I appreciate, I
That's
appreciate
why, yeah, that's why I got into it.
I appreciate you getting on the pod. I think we have some things that we can work together in the future if you're up to for it. But I think
Definitely.
it was some good content for people. And at the end of the day, instead of trying to figure it out on your own, kind of like I'm with Ed, instead of you trying to figure it out on your own, just let me do it, and then it'll
Yeah.
be done right.
Pay to get it done, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Outsource it because then you'll make the mistakes, going to waste a lot more time, and you're not going to get it done probably and give up. So she
Exactly.
set you up and put you almost like on a what do you call it, financial diet.
Yes, yes. I have people that do that all the time. Like a year ago, they say no, but now like a year later, we just wasted. They sign up. We just wasted a year, and I hear so many times, "Oh, I can just do this myself." Like
No,
I'm
you
gonna
can't.
start selling the letters for people to put it together themselves too, because it's not as easy as it seems.
Yep. Well, I appreciate it, you doing this pod with me. I wish we could have got it figured out on Facebook Live, but that's why
Right.
I've already paid for the upgrade, so now I can use Zoom to record these. If not, the other one I was going to look into was StreamYard, but I like Zoom. It actually doesn't look that bad. The only problem is I got to do it from my laptop. Other than
Yes.
that's the only problem for me.
Yeah.
All right, well, good. Thank you for getting on.
All right. Thanks,
Talk
Joe.
to you
I'll see
soon.
you on the 26th.
Yep. See you then. Talk to
Take
you
care.
later.